Hi, I'm Alan Cylinder.
And I'm his daughter, Chelsea Cylinder.
We're Cylinder. And today we're here to talk about a movie called Wild. This is a movie based on a bestseller by Cheryl Strayed, a woman who wrote an autobiographical novel, basically, about the way she was able to turn her life around by taking an 1,100-mile hike across the Pacific Crest Trail. Now, she was previously in a failed marriage. Her mother, who she was very close with, had just died, and she was a drug addict. And the hike was basically a way of cleansing herself of her sins and creating a new life for herself. This is a film that was directed by Jean-Marc Vallée, who does a very nice job on this film, as he did with his last film, The Dallas Buyers Club. So he's pretty much on a roll. But the best thing about the movie is Reese Witherspoon, who plays Cheryl Strayed, in a really raw and remarkable performance. She's just great.
I would agree with that. I would say that, first let me preface this by saying that I didn't like the movie as much as you did, but the things that I did like, Reese Witherspoon was great. She really put herself out there. She really captured the role. I thought she was great. She should be nominated for the Oscar.
They say she's one of the front runners for the Oscar.
That would be deserved.
She will certainly.
I think especially since there really aren't that many other characters in this movie. A lot of the movie is just her in the wild, and so it's even a harder performance to give because she doesn't have anybody else to play off of, and she does this really well. She goes through so many emotions.
This is also the kind of movie that could go wrong at any turn of the trail, so to speak. And the movie just never does go wrong. It's very well written by Nick Hornby. Here's the thing. I'm a very big Reese Witherspoon fan. And I personally like when she does her romantic comedy shtick.
I agree.
This is nothing like that. But I'm always all for giving her an award even for the romantic comedy stuff because, and when she did win her Oscar for Walk the Line, she basically was playing a slightly more...
she was great in that.
Oh, she's great. But she was basically playing just a slightly more serious version of the persona that she usually reflects. In this movie, she's very different. She kind of challenges you to like her.
I thought the movie was made well. If we're talking about Jean-Marc Vallée, I have to say I like Dallas Buyers Club a lot better. My problem with this movie was that it was just too slow for me and uneventful. And I'm not saying that I need constant action to be entertained because I that's not the case at all. But I just found myself, especially in the first half, the second half for me picked up more momentum, and I became more involved in the movie. But the first half, I found myself just sitting there, being like, okay, I could be doing homework right now.
See, and I was pretty much riveted through the entire movie. The supporting cast is good. Thomas Sadoski is good. Laura Dern is good.
She is, yeah.
I think there's actually a little too much.
I like the scenes with her.
I think there's a little too many flashbacks of Laura Dern in the movie.
See, I disagree with that because I thought that the flashbacks broke up her just being alone in the wild, and I thought those parts made it more interesting for me. So for me, it was just waiting to get to the flashbacks.
But this is not just a woman in the wilderness movie. I mean, she's always running into people.
Yeah,
and the situations are always, to me, pretty interesting.
Yeah, they're fine. It's a really interesting story. I think her journey is incredible, and it's amazing that she was able to survive that. But I don't know if I thought it translated well to a movie.
Well, I'm happy I survived the movie, and I personally would give it 4 cylinders.
I think I would give it 3 cylinders because I thought it was a little boring, but Reese Witherspoon's performance was great.
Well, there you have it. Wild.
Wild.
This is Alan Cylinder.
And Chelsea Cylinder.
Saying see you at the movies.
Bye.